All right, finishing the pre-production section so we can start our film. There's a couple things we need to do. We need to finish finding a leader in the field, and we've already done the role, we've done our SMART goal, and we found a training resource. If we haven't done that, that all lives over here in the project tracking sheet, and that's our SMART goal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and copy and paste the template into our blog. We actually did this earlier, but I wanna do it again just to remind people how to do that. So when I click on this, I get the template, and this is something we're gonna use all year long. Whee! I scroll all the way down. Whoa, there we go. Copy this. Then I go over to a blog, and let's go over here, and I go to the dashboard. So this, we're already signed in. When I go to the dashboard, I'm gonna click on a new post. So I click on all posts, but I can just click on new here. I can click on new here. It doesn't really matter. And I can skip this right here. I paste right below the title. We already did this before, but just a refresher. And then I cut this out, thunk, and I put it up in the heading. And this blob right here, if I do the 3 dots, click on them, I remove block, there we go. I then publish, but first, session, whatever the number is, it goes there, and I hit publish. Bam. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how to add an image at the top. You always want to do that, it's kind of cool, and it gets people to pay attention to your content. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about the role, intention, which is your SMART goal, and then starting to fill this stuff out. And today we're going to focus on the leader in the field. We already have a training resource and show you how these things work. So in this case, I'll go back over and I'm going to look at this class spreadsheet, and what I'm seeing is for this person, they are a director. So that's pretty simple. So the role, I prefer for you hit return and type director. Whoops, I can type. And then here, I'm gonna go back over to the project tracking sheet, and I'm going to copy this right here, the whole thing, and I'm gonna go back over to the blog. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna paste it right here, okay? It has all the gobbledygook, and you know, if it doesn't, I just edited by making some spaces not in there. You want it to read nice. Production, that's the link to the video, and that link should still work. Yes, it does. Great. So there we go. Now, I hit update regularly because something goes wrong, or that's a problem. So there we go. We've got the role, we got intention, and now leader in the field, we have to do some research. We're going to put a video there, and then we're going to take notes below it. Training resource, we already have that. It's right here. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come down to training resources, and I'm going to paste it right here. If I paste it, it automatically embeds. Then down below here, hold on, below the box, okay, I'll do it this way. I'll click in front of timeline, notes, go here. So what happens is, let's say I'm watching the video, and I want to go all the way to YouTube. Hello. Really? Now it won't work. That's fine. I'll just go over here and click it this way. I just want it in another tab. And blah, 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 blah. What I'm showing you right now is how to take notes within the video. And I normally don't use Chrome for this very purpose, but you know, is what it is. So, really? Okay, I'm just gonna show you something. I'm gonna use, this is really frustrating for me, but I'm gonna go over here to this browser and paste it in. I block all this stuff here. Okay, doesn't matter which browser, but the point is, here we are. Let's say that there's something here that she's saying that's really important about directing, you know? Right click or control click, okay, I'm holding the control key down, and what you're seeing here, let me zoom in here so you can see this, copy video URL at current time. Now let's say that she was saying something about positioning the actor. I'm gonna go back to my blog post, and I'm gonna go like this, positioning the actor. I then highlight it and turn it into a link. I place the link here, and voila. Now, I'm gonna click update. I'm gonna show you something. It's updating. Continue updating. There we go. I'm gonna click preview. I always preview my blog before I'm done for the day to make sure things are looking right. But when I click on positioning the actor,
illustrating the director's ideas. An actor.
It takes me right to that section of the video. Now the reason we're doing this is that, as Einstein said, don't memorize anything you can look up in less than 3 minutes. Right here, I want you to take at least a half dozen notes like this to components within the video that you can look up quickly. Now, the cool thing is, your blog is searchable by any word. So whatever note you put here, like positioning or actor or whatever, use keywords that are things that you're just learning so that in a month or two from now, when you're like, oh shoot, what was that thing? Or what video was I watching? You can go back to it, click on the link, and voila, go right to that part of the video, and then you can see what's going on. And that is how we take notes, okay? Now, we need one more thing. Who's a leader in the field? So this is where in your teams, I want you to do some research. In this case, they're directors, and you have a couple different options. What I like to do is go to YouTube, and you can look up different things. If there's a particular thing you have to do, I'm just searching best director. If you're searching for directors making decisions, okay, let's try that. And I'm gonna do a little bit more detail. Film director making decisions. We're looking for somebody who's really good, but so Tarantino, this might be a really good one. So like maybe you like Tarantino's style. This is where you pick somebody that you think is a good director, and you're just going to write a little bit about what makes them a good director. And I'll just take the Tarantino one here. Okay, and I copy the video link, and I go back to my blog, woo, and I paste it here. And then I do the same thing. I'm gonna take some notes, link them back into the video, and then I'm good to go. And since I've already shown you how to do that, that's fine. And I normally say, when people say how many notes, I usually say a half dozen. But here's the thing, things you don't want to have to memorize, but you think are important that you should know. Do this for college. Do this for anything that you have to gather information that you're gonna need in the future, but you're not sure when. It's a really good technique, and again, any word in your blog is searchable. So at this point, I would click update, and we're done with pre-production. One exception, project timeline, which we need to talk to our team about, and budget, which we need to also talk to our team about. And that's something that we usually do as a whole class. Sometimes we talk budget, sometimes we don't. But the idea is that computer you're on right now, that costs money. Are you renting it? The equipment, that costs money. Are you renting it or do you own it? And so in the real world, you have to rent equipment, and you have to, it's a tight timeline. You get it for an hour. Sometimes it's an hourly wage. And so you have to really think through this stuff, and it forces your team to really strategize use of time and resources like money. Vancouver Film School, for instance, loves the fact that I have this conversation with you, because if you go to Vancouver Film School, they talk about this extensively. And it's something that a lot of high schools don't talk about. All right, that is it. I have published, I hit update again. I'm now done with this, and I'm gonna end my video.